kindness ambassadors the hospice has.
Oh, okay.
Every time you walk into a shop with your tins, everybody's face lights up, and you make their day, and you bring joy to their heart. Well done. Thank you very much. Yeah,
My friends, I address you as my friends because you're all, I consider the hospice one great big family. I could address you as ladies and gentlemen, but I know you're that anyway. But my friends, I think today is one of the happiest, most satisfying days of my life. I feel very, very privileged to receive this recognition from Richard, who I have and have had for many years the greatest admiration for you, Richard. I only wish that in earlier days when I was working and scraping a living down in the New Forest, I would have loved to have met Rita Pierce. I'm sure she was a dynamic person, and anybody that goes and extracts £50,000 from the King of Saudi Arabia, that takes a bit of doing to a start. But she was wonderful. I've never spoken yet, but I've heard so much about Dr. Kramer, and these people were the instigation of the development of the hospice. Now, my dear sister, Diana, who passed away sadly at St. Michael's Hospice over 12 months ago, organised a wish drive at the Red Cap School in Bringston Road in 1995. And I went to it. And we went round, and we stopped half time for some refreshment. And the lady sitting next to me was a lady by the name of Jane Whittle, wife of Ray Whittle. Jane said to me, "What do you do?" I said, "Actually, as least as possible. Having worked for over 50 years, I've taken diabetes. I've actually just bought a house in Fortyford. I've decorated from top to bottom, inside and out, and I've ended with rest. But one day, I would love to do a bit of a little bit of work, you know, for somebody or other." Ah. Well, I'll have a word with my husband. She had a word with her husband. And within 2 or 3 days, a gentleman rang up. R.Langford, yeah, I'm John Cager. Now, John Cager is the gentleman sat next to me over at that table, and he is responsible for me being involved with this hospital. He said, "Would you like to come? And I hear you'd like to do some voluntary work." I thought that crossed my mind. I said, "Yes." "Well, he'd like to come and see me, and we'll see what we can do." So I went to his office in Castle Street. And I went up about 2 flights of steps. And then when I got to about the 3rd flight, he was at the top. And I walked up, John Cager, come into the office. Now, he said, "Would you like to do some office work?" There was a lady in there, sat there called Liz Harris. And I said, "Well, John," I said, I'm not quite sure about this. I can't type. I can't do shorthand. I can't use a computer, but I can talk."
Terribly true. I don't know, finally out.
Back to the good a minute.
That Liz was not terribly impressed. I don't think John was either. So he said, "Well, then, come on down the corridor to my office, and we'll see what we can do." So he sat me down, and he said, "I've got just the right job for you." "What's that?" I I would like you to be responsible for our charity thing. All you have to do is, we'll give you some tins and a list of where they are. All you need to do is to take them out to where they are, collect the money in the tins, take them home, and count the money, and then bank it. And on top of that, you can send a few receipts out if you like. Is that all? Yes, that'll do for the time being. And John will verify all this because, as I said, that is exactly what happened. Anyway, I started, not very successfully. I went to 2 or 3 ladies' hairdressers and the tins were empty. So I threw them out. And I rang John up and I said, we've got a slight problem here. I'm getting more tins than money. and so what we can do about it? Can I introduce 2 other people? Do whatever you like. That was the beginning. And that was in March 1995. And we went on from there. And so, you know, I got so involved with doing and bringing the money in and meeting so many people. And it just built up quietly. I must admit that when Liz Harris suggested that she had a man came who lost his wife at the hospice, and he came to her and said, "Oh, Mrs. Harris, is there anything I can do to help in any way, counting money and whatever?" She said, "I think I know somebody who would be delighted to meet you." And Don Pink took over the job of counting the money. And can I just read what he wrote? The weighty responsibilities of collecting tins. Since I started noting the weight of the coins when we transferred to the Royal Bank from NatWest, I paid in £4,500 weighing 338 kilograms, or approximately 75 kilograms per £1,000. That's you will be pleased or quite indifferent to know that the hospice on whose behalf you have moved, based on £83,000 at that time, was a staggering 6,225 kilos or 6¼ tons. Now, he then went on to say 6¼ tons loaded into the car, 6¼ tons carried upstairs to count, 6¼ tons carried downstairs and reloaded, and 6¼ tons to offload to the bank or to Jeffrey Avenue where he lived. 25 tons moved in total. I don't think you need a gym to keep fit. I wager no one guesses what a heavy responsibility these things are. And I love every moment of it. And right at the very bottom, I just want to mention 1 or 2 people. I won't mention a lot of people because it's embarrassing for the ones that I don't mention. When you get over 50, it gets a little bit, you know, well, you probably wouldn't know too much about that. But people I've met, I've been freshly tremendously. Bridget Easthart. Oh, dear me. Elizabeth Drew. Carl Ackwood. Sandra Griffith. Well, as I said, I've not never met Dr. Kramer. Nell Badger and Ross. Greenie Eaton of Ledford. Sue Foster, she was in the and Tilly Hill. People like that. Lovely, lovely people. G. Fisher. Sarah Higginson. Anne Lemon. I can't believe I was Stephen Rabbit's family. I can't believe that. These are all very precious people to the hospice. Now, I think I've said almost enough.
Never.
Can I just read out a little letter? that I read, that I wrote to the editor of the Heritage Times, and this was printed on Thursday, the 8th of March, 201, which is 11 years ago. So much aid for the hospice. Madam, I should be most grateful if you would allow me, through your letters column, to express my sincerest appreciation to the citizens of Herefordshire and elsewhere for the way they've contributed financially to the Christmas bells and flowers for the benefit of St Michael's Hospice. The total amount raised was over £9,000, and coupled with the previous Christmas, the total was over £20,000. I am responsible for the distribution of the badges and the collection of monies involved. This is largely due to the kindness of so many people, not least those who allow these kits to be placed on their counters in newsagents, local stores, post office, etc. I find it so rewarding working in our shops, our support groups, our day centre, or on reception. The dedication of our nursing staff is fantastic, and the administration staff work so hard to make the hospice what it is, a place of which thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
I'll let your first. I'll let your first.